I'm here with Tarik Hopstock. You might know him from his recent run at Copa Podio, the Europeans black belt adult medalist, multiple time IBJJF Worlds, Euros Absolute, all through the colored belts. But probably you know him because he is the inventor of the TARIKOPLATA. And today we got to roll for 10 minutes. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, hey guys, my name is Tarik. It's cool to be on your channel, first and foremost. It's a pleasure, and I'm really happy that Arthur could reach out to me while I'm here in Canada. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the role. We did some not TARIKOPLATA, not footlocks.
Surprisingly, he didn't TARIKOPLATA me or footlock me, which is the two things I was expecting.
Alright guys, the match starts with us standing, and when you start a match you never know if a guy's gonna go 50,000% or if he's just gonna flow. Thankfully he was pretty flow. Now we're gonna keep a tally of how many times he leg pummels me in this roll, so we'll call that number 1. I insert my little possum butterfly, but when I take it out for 1 second I end up losing it. I try to use the underhook thread along with the half to rebuild my guard to a butterfly. I frame his knee and he is securing my head, but I'm able to kind of use my butterfly and knee shield to create a little bit of space to repummel. As we start again, he deflects my foot off of his bicep and he shucks my legs to the sides and gets inside really quick. Again, I try to chase that underhook and I use it to try to rebuild a guard. And here in that shin to shin position, I'm in an extended butterflies. Once he posts on his hands, that means his legs become light and he'll pummel inside with his foot. And he'll use this to extend my knee, so I lose my knee, and this time he goes straight into a mount. Check out what he uses in conjunction with his foot shin to shin pummel. As he parks on his hands and his hands become heavy and his feet become light, he actually pops out the hook right there, and then he gets the inside space with his butterfly hook, which is so slick. I tried something a little bit different this time where I keep his pant grip, and you can see it's a little harder for him to reach that shin to shin pummel, and then I entered this Y guard position and switched to an X just to off balance him and actually start to attack from underneath instead of just constantly sitting in defense. In this scenario, I don't have my shin to shin, but I'm still in seated guard, and you can see he looks for the pummel. And check out what he does since he can't reach the shin to shin. He connects with the close side underhook and the head control. This then allows him to get the shin to shin pummel because my hands aren't able to support, particularly my right hand that he's controlling and walking up. From the bottom side control position, I'm looking to weave my bottom knee inside, and from half guard, I do love to go to this half butterfly where I can cause an elevation and then rebuild my guard. Here he's already looking for that next shin to shin pummel again, and I'm able to off balance him enough where I can rebuild my guard. Here is something so important. It's that head position, and you can see he gets his head adjacent to mine and drives my head across, and that's really what kills my guard, because now I'm in such poor alignment that I'm not in a strong enough position or compact enough position to retain my guard. As he continues to pressure me here from top mount, he walks up my elbow, but he's kind enough to switch arms because he knows that's my bad shoulder, which I really appreciate, and that's a sign of a good training partner. I am trying to look for the elbow escape, and check out how he uses his foot as a little hook on my thigh when I go to jiggle, so that actually kills my leg. I use my foot to push his leg out, but he's already walked my elbow up quite high, and this leaves me extremely vulnerable to many attacks. But you see he fed my lapel, and he kind of hits this Bravo choke from the side and the back. One thing that I also really liked that he did was when he was in reverse del Eva, he would actually do a shin to shin slice, but south of my knee, which really did a great job of flattening my leg, but also disconnecting my butterfly hook. Now from the north-south position, we started again. Eventually, I got him back into this kind of deep knee cut position with his leg on the inside. I was actually able to do a sit-up guard where I trap his far leg, and because I'm pursuing the underhook, it's just easier for him to sit back to guard, and he inverts to reversed or inverted close guard, draws me over, and by controlling my far leg from underneath, he actually kills my base. So you see he reaches through, and now he just has to switch his hips. In this next scenario, I'm passing in the top half guard, and I have my butterfly hook in so that he can't draw me forward. But what he does here is really cool. It's apparently something that he does often. He takes the weight off my lead leg that's closest to the camera, inserts a far side butterfly, and then enters into a lockdown. But the problem is my other leg's trapped in the middle as a combat base, and this allows him to shift my weight on the out hands and come out the back door for a leg drag position. You can see here he calls it a merman. If you're good at reading lips, you'd be able to read that. As he comes on top, there's not much I can do. I feel that I have to go with it. Part of it is for safety of my knees, but also it's just so tight. I do swim around looking for different options, such as an underhook or trying to open his second elbow. That's my second attempt on the underhook. There's just no space. There, as I see the underhook, I'm able to rebuild to a butterfly guard. As he goes hands heavy again, I kind of know what to expect, which is going to be our shin to shin pummel and deflect into mount, or hip switch, kind of like a long step. I get back to my seated guard and I try to create some frame so that he can't put his knee in my chest, make his hands heavy, and shin to shin pummel. So I feed that lapel here as it'll keep his leg a little more attached to me. You can see he's already looking for that shin to shin, and I try to use this to off balance him, as previously that was probably my best attempt at deflecting and delaying that shin to shin pummel to pass. I'm controlling a sleeve here, but here he punches that underhook. Look at that second swim and attempt, and I'm starting to realize he likes to grab that underhook and control my head as well there. And just on cue, here it comes again. He extracts my knee away from my body and he ends up going straight to side control because I'm overly defending the mount.
From our roll, can you think of one glaring mistake that I kept making, and it's what I would do to change that?
So you kind of allow me to go over you quite a lot. Yeah, if you want me over you, you really have to off balance me to either side. So if I'm kind of flattening your hips and I'm above you,
Do you mind just showing on the camera?
What happened a lot is this, right? And I could get here. So once I'm here, I can start looking for underhooks either or the other side, and I can start like getting a good connection, pummeling my leg, looking for this, and so on. So what I would suggest to you is, as soon as this happens, try to either off balance me left or right.
As soon as you're here, as soon as you're over, both?
As soon as, both. Yeah. So as I'm going over you, even better is you, yes. So if you can get me here, already in a much better position. I also like to do this here and push you to this side. So now you can kind of expose the leg.
Right. So I have to be more proactive from the bottom.
Yeah, because once you're flat there, it doesn't look good in the end.
Didn't feel good. Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to look at some of the instructions that I have, go check out my TARIKOPLATA DVD on BJJ Fanatics. I also have the ankle lock instructional there as well. Obviously, my YouTube channel is filled with videos. I cover a lot of different topics, not necessarily my specialties, but also other things that I teach at my academy. And
What's the channel name?
Tarik BJJ. Simple enough.
Simple. Thank you so much. That was so much fun.
Whereas if I'm here, I can maintain this position quite well.
So when I pin, you said you use your...
Yeah, so I'll use this leg here to hook and break the grip. And so then I can go and lock it here.
Oh, so you don't even roll to the other side?
You don't even have to, no.
Interesting.
If I roll you over here, I try to go for the shoulder lock here. And I feel like maybe I got the leg through already. I was going for the short bar and he postures up, so then he pulls me kind of off the ground, and I end up here.
See, hips to shoulders, I never do that.
And then if I just want to keep it simple, I try to just roll around and go to the back here. Okay?
How do you pin it? To the back. You try to tip it.
If I can tip you, that would be the best. Okay. Just like going there. But if you're very stubborn and to stay here, I would change for the grip on the armpit, and I can post myself up, coming up here.
Big thank you to Tarik for allowing me to make this video and being so generous with his time and his knowledge. If there's someone you'd like to see next on my channel, drop it in the comments below.